Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be covering the Claw of Horus in Injustice: Gods Among Us. So, you can see from people that are currently hacking the game that the next piece of gear that is going to be released is going to be the Claw of Horus. I can tell this just simply by going to last season and looking at the top player, and he's got the Claw of Horus on his character. And if you look at it, it is got three different components to it. So on player tag in, opponent receives damage equal to 10% of his health. Okay, so that simply means that when I tag in my character, the opponent character loses 10% of his health. That's pretty good depending on what character you jump in on. If it's Injustice 2 Superman, that's a major amount of damage that you've just dealt to him. If you keep on tagging in and out, then that's another brilliant way to utilize this piece of gear. The only problem with tagging in and out is this next piece, the second piece of this gear, which says when an opponent tags in, all damage to opponent increases by 10%. Stacks 3 times and resets on player tag out. So that means that if my character is in the game and the enemy tags out and another player tags in, then that player that is currently tagged in takes 10% more damage than they would have previously without this piece of gear. So if I was doing 10 damage to the person, they would now be receiving 11 damage just because they tagged in while I was in with this piece of gear. It says that it stacks 3 times. So if my character stays in, another person tags in, then that means that they're going to be taking 10% more damage. That person then tags out, and another person tags in, and I stay tagged in, stay in. Then it now jumps up to 20% that this next character is taking. And if that next character tags out and the next character tags back in, and I'm still just staying in, just keeping on fighting, then it's stacked up to 3 times. It'll be 30% more damage that the opponent enemy team player is taking. So if you've got a really tanky player, like Injustice 2 Superman, that can stay in for a long time and not have to worry about taking too much damage to have to tag out and get healed up, then this would be a fantastic piece of gear for that character. And then the last piece of attribute that this piece of gear has is on special 1, 75% chance to disable 1 random gear of the opponent till the opponent tags out. So that sounded to me like it wasn't that good of an attribute. But then I thought about it a little more, and it actually is really good for gear like the First World set, where, let's take a look at the First World set. I think I probably have it on her. Yeah, I do. Okay, so if we look at the Fourth World set, not First World. Fourth World set. If you've got all 3 pieces of gear on, then you get 100% chance to regenerate 50% health over 30 seconds from your special 1, and 31% health restored when KO'd. Now, let's pretend that you're facing, I have this happen to me quite often, where you're facing someone like Injustice 2 Superman, who is a beast, who has this Fourth World set on, right? So he's doing major damage to you, and you're trying to heal, but you're also trying to get him out. But he is healing using the Fourth World set. If you do a special 1 with the Claw of Horus, and it actually breaks one of his pieces of gear, and the other 2 characters are killed, and it's only just the 1 character left, then if you disable one of his pieces of gear of the Fourth World set, then he won't be able to heal anymore, and he can't tag out to get that piece of gear to start being utilized again. Then if you do another special 1, it might disable another piece of gear, and that's 2 pieces of gear that he's missing out of the Fourth World set. So he won't get the 100% chance to regenerate 50% health or the 31% health restored on KO. So it is actually really good for disabling set pieces. I wouldn't suggest trying, or in my eyes, it doesn't make too much difference if you just have three random pieces of gear on, like the Blade of the War God, Arcane Wand, and Black Lantern Ring. Because if you put all three of those on and one gets disabled, then maybe your critical hit damage isn't as big, or maybe your power generation is a little bit less. But for things like sets where you get additional bonuses to the already given stats, then it's just it's pretty amazing. So if you can play it correctly, you have it on the right character, I would suggest probably having it on a tank. That piece of gear is fantastic. So I just wanted to address one more thing while we're talking in this video. I've had a lot of questions about how some players already have the Claw of Horus, and how some players have multiple characters, like multiple of the same character on a team, and how they have multiple pieces of gear that they use on multiple different players. Like, let's see if this guy's doing it. It doesn't look like he's doing it. Let's see if the first guy was doing it. I know the first guy was doing it. So you can see there's the Astro Harness on this character, on the Red Sun Superman, or sorry, the Red Sun Batman, and he has another Astro Harness on the Green Lantern, and then I think he has a third one on the Wonder Woman. Yeah, he has 3 Astro Harnesses, and a lot of people are saying, "Yo, how is he doing that? Like, is that am I missing something? Is there something that I can do within the game that I can actually allow for 3 different players to have the same piece of gear or utilize the same piece of gear?" No, you cannot. It's done through hacking. There are a couple of players that decide they want to hack, and you can get banned for it, and you most likely will get banned for it, because Injustice has a way to track what you're doing within the game because it's associated with your online account and stuff like that. So I would not suggest hacking. It's pretty useless because you get to play for like a day and then your account gets banned, but that is the only way you can have multiple pieces of gear, multiple pieces of the same piece of gear on different characters, or 2 of the same character on the same team, as in like 2 of the Flashpoint Deathstrokes on the same team. So I think that is it for this video, guys. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below. Other than that, if you liked the video, maybe leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.